Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help, introducing you to the best audiophile operative systems. So I think that there's a clear winner, which is audiophile Linux. And yeah, it's just really difficult to install. And when you're done, it's also difficult installing the drivers, because when you're in Windows, being in Windows is a bit like it's a bit like being 5 years old and you're just getting whatever you want. You just don't realize that it's at the expense of a few things, like having the fastest PC, and especially with sound, having like the best ever sound. I wouldn't say that Windows is nearly as bad as it has been. They have clearly improved it a lot throughout the years, a lot. So they have improved low latency processing, which is needed with high quality sound. So you can still use Windows, but you'll have to tweak it a lot in order to get it to sound pretty good. And it's easy for a lot of fluff to exist in the system even though you've uninstalled it. So yeah, it's just really heavy, and it pulls a lot on a system that is especially really good. Once you get into really crazy good systems, you start to hear pretty significant difference between a Windows system and a optimized audiophile Linux or Ubuntu Studio system. So basically, I think it's called Arch Linux. Audiophile Linux is based on Arch Linux, which is the most hardcore, difficult to work with commando prompt operating system that exists. Now there are menus in this operating system once it's up and running, but only very basic menus. So there's a lot of stuff that you take for granted in Windows, like for example being able to play a video, use a CD player, all kinds of other stuff, play games, stuff like this. There's just a lot of functionality and compatibility built into Windows, and it kind of brainwashes us all because it's made to suit all age groups, and it's just really difficult in a normal Windows getting it to sound incredibly good on a really revealing system. So I would definitely recommend, not only for people that have a very revealing system, but if you're really a hardcore audiophile and you want the very best and you want that cut through, very fine, deep analog sound, you usually have to go over to audiophile Linux or try something like Ubuntu Studio that still has some low latency processing. There's still a tiny bit of fluff in this, but not nearly as much as Windows. So yeah, third place, I would say that Windows, having a basic Windows with most things uninstalled. Deactivate everything, all the graphic stuff, everything. Just deactivate everything you can simply possibly think of, and just run it in high performance mode. And stuff like automatic updates, antivirus, stuff like that. Might not be very secure doing that, but again, you don't want background processing like that when you're dealing with a really good high quality streamer. So there's also Mac. Mac OS have been, I mean, they've been known for many years, very good at studio editing, graphics editing, stuff like that. And of course they're still very good with their individual programs and stuff like that. But personally, I don't have a lot of respect for Apple anymore. I don't consider it to be the same good company that it used to be. So personally, I wouldn't do that. You could take that. You can still get a lot good of sound out of Mac, but I generally wouldn't do that. That's just me personally. Personally, I would do this. That's a lot more difficult. Um, it's just a very, very down to earth, raw, analog, fine detail that you get with this that I don't feel that you really get with the other operating system, simply because it's all locked and tied in an Apple ecosystem. So you can do whatever you want. It's just to give you guys some options. So currently, YouTube with Chrome, I think sounds a lot better than Firefox. And I don't like saying this because I think that more people in the world should support Firefox, because Firefox is basically dying. It's basically a charity company, where Chrome is owned by the Alphabet company, which is Google. So I don't really feel happy recommending this, but it does sound better. It does sound better, especially like when you're in your car and you're listening to something on Bluetooth, and it's using like a Chrome browser on the Android platform. You do notice like a substantial increase in quality. And I think they just have some brilliant engineers that are really good, especially in regards to sound. Having that YouTube and Chrome combination can really give you a very good sound. And on Linux, especially when you deactivate hardware acceleration in the browser, it can give you a bit of problems playing some videos once in a while. But trust me, it just gets a lot more natural once you start doing stuff like that. It might be a hell of a lot more difficult to run. I also have ad blocker on mine, because that's also a very heavy thing to run, all the ads on YouTube. So and that's of course Origin, not a normal ad blocker, because normal ad blockers are corrupt. They actually sell places to companies, so they can create ads that support the the plugin. But that's how I do it. You don't necessarily have to follow in my steps, but that's how I consider it to be done in a proper way. And some people actually just run Rune on a PC without an operating system. You could also do that. It could also sound a lot better than most streaming services. I personally don't. I'm not a fan of Rune. I've tried it a couple of times at different places. I would say that it's one of the best alternatives out there, and hell of a lot better than stuff like Spotify, Tidal, and other services like that, Qbuzz. That's just my opinion. But I feel that personally, if you really want to enjoy music, get audiophile Linux, get Chrome browser with YouTube combination, deactivate hardware acceleration, deactivate most things on the computer, run the computer on optimal settings, own your music, run it directly off the streamer, and then if you have to run something off the internet, do it in this way with Chrome YouTube combination. And I feel that once you do that, and once you install the drivers correctly to your DAC or whatever it is that you're running, that will really open up for a very, very, very good sound. So yeah, try and do that. Try and do that if you want the really good sound. You could also just go for the Windows sound, which is more generalized for giving nice and perhaps a tiny bit more lower level warmth, that I would call it. So do that. Do that if you want the really good sound. So that's me logging off, and like and subscribe if you can. Bye.